Today's video should be seen as entertainment purposes. I am not a financial advisor. You must of course do all your own due diligence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Something that happens by chance, I think not.
What's the crack, everyone? Welcome back to Buy O Sell. Hope the weekend was good. Stocks are opening up a wee bit earlier today. US times has changed. Happy days. Means we get into the action even quicker. I hope everyone's having a good day so far. Before we get into today's video, we should go on Aqua Metals. Aqua Metals I've done previous videos on. This is an update. We've got the earnings. We've got a couple of different news releases. Plenty to get through. But before we do, please like, please subscribe, grow on the channel. Also check out the links in the bio for my Reuters article, for my free trade link, which will get you a share up to £200. That's worth checking out, guys. And also don't forget to add me on the Instagram, BHSDMV, for that. It's a platform where I'm trying to grow. Everybody can see, interact with me. It's growing well. And don't forget also, we've got the Twitter poll going on where you get to pick the next stock. A couple of requests that have come through, they're there now, and you can all go and vote for the next video, which will come out on Friday. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Aqua Metals, guys, you know, I've done previous videos here. I'll share the links right now with you. Will explain all the information, everything sort of up till that video, which is roughly about the 15th, 17th of February, something like that. I did the video, so everything up till then I'm not really going to touch about too much because I've already talked about it. Today's video, it really is going to be anything new news that's come out since then, and also their earnings, which were very good. So let's start talking about it, guys. Okay, guys, so if we just bounce on the Aqua Metals website here, go to the investor section, we can then download the financials in PDF form, and if you bring it up here, all I will say is it is a dry read, guys. Really long, 55 pages. I would be lying if I said I read every word. I haven't, but look, I've had a good read through it, and I advise everybody again, if you're investing in these stocks, obviously do your own due diligence and have a good read. I'm going to very much highlight some of the key things that I liked about it. Okay, guys, first thing we're going to talk about in this report is the risks. They identify risks, and I always want to talk about a couple of them here. This is obviously a risky enough one. It is previously a penny stock. It has rose. I think if we even look at the financials here, which I bring up the chart, you can kind of see over the previous month that it's not done too bad. You know, we're sort of only really 16% down from the previous month, and considering the month that we have had, that's pretty good. I know if you look at a lot of different penny stocks, most of them went down like 50, 60, 70%, you know, and I've got a couple of other ones in this kind of market of mining, and they've really tanked hard. So I think it shows that Aqua Metals, yes, technically up to $5 would be seen as a penny stock, but I think it's showing that it's got a good solid base there. You mightn't get the big crazy rises that you normally see with penny stocks. If that's what you're expecting, you might not get that with this one, but all it takes is a good catalyst, a good bit of news for that to potentially happen. But I think this one, as I've always said, is a good solid long-term hold that I think you will get a good rise out of. So just to bring up back to this then, so the risk factors, guys, if we zoom in on this, so they talk about the risks that are involved and the different things, and one of the main things that we're talking about here is we experienced a fire at the Tricasa facility, which has caused significant damage, and as a result of the fire, we revised our plans for the commercialization of our aqua refining technologies. However, there can be no assurance that such plans will be successful. Okay, so you know, that's in bold, and to be fair, they're really putting that out there. The fire was substantially contained to the aqua refining area of the plant. However, the fire destroyed or impaired beyond recovery substantially all the aqua refining equipment, including all 16 aqua refining modules, control wiring, and other supporting infrastructure. So that is a massive blow, and that is new knowledge to me. I did not know this until I read through this report. So that's interesting for anybody that is invested in Aqua Metals, I think. So again, our business strategy includes licensing arrangements and entering into joint ventures and strategic alliances. However, as of the date of this report, we have no such agreements in place, and there could be no assurances we will be able to do so. Failure to successfully integrate such licensing arrangements, joint ventures, or strategic alliances into our operations could adversely affect our business. Fair enough, that's key. I mean, I've said it in previous videos, it's all to do, you're buying this stock on the hope of partnerships, deals, patents, you know, all of these things that Aqua refining is. They've got a good product that works, but they need to get all this to really take it off the ground. Since we have a limited operation history and we've only recently commenced revenue producing operations, it is difficult for potential advisors to evaluate our business. So again, as I've previously said, you know, the company's not really making any money. It's only going, they've got a great product that I believe could really go to the moon. But it's all things like this here. Just be aware, guys. This is serious risks. Here's another thing that's scary as well, guys. We may need additional financing to execute our business plan and fund operations, which additionally financing may not be available for reasonable terms or at all. Okay, so there's always going to be some sort of finance there, but it might not be to the terms that make the business work. So that's a real out there. We have total cash of 6.5 million and working hard and capital of 4.9 million. So they have made good progress. It's not all doom and gloom. I'm just getting these worrying things out there straight away. And it just reminded you that if needed, we may seek funding through the sale of equity or debt financing. Funding that includes the sale of our equity may be diluted. If such funding is not available on satisfactory terms, we may be unable to further pursue our business plan, and we may be unable to continue operations, in which we may lose your entire investment. Grim. And then they're even saying our business model is new and it's not been proven by anyone or us. So, like, fair enough, balls out of the bath, everything's out there. You can see they're not hiding anything, and I really, really like that. I've seen so many PDFs that are all diagrams, and we're going to do this, and this is what's going to happen, and blah, 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 blah. The first couple of pages there literally putting you off this stock almost, in my opinion. But I like that. I like the honesty here. The thing that we're even pushing, the Aqua refined lead, you know, the great 99.99% pure lead, that whole big deal that we're all excited about. They're even saying here, if our licenses are successful in recycling lead using our processes, there can be no assurance that the Aqua refined lead will meet the certification and purity requirements of our potential customers. Next thing that I want to point out is we have received a notice of delisting for the failure of satisfying the NASDAQ continued listing rule concerning the composition of our audit committee. Long story short, guys, Sushi Kapoor, Sam as in brackets, he left, and as we probably know, and as I've talked about in my other videos, you need to have at least 3 members on the board of directors, otherwise you could be delisted. It's an essential thing. I think I talked about it on my Iconic Labs video, if anybody's watched that. So obviously that's important. Now it can happen, you've got leeway. I mean, as long as you can bring in a director, you'll be okay. So actually, just to pull out of this, if you go to the press releases, you will see here after their results. So this report came out on the 25th of February. On March the 2nd, Aqua Metals announced 2 appointments to their board of directors. Problem solved, guys. You can have a read through this, but they've brought in Molly P. Zhang, or should I say Dr. Zhang, and Edward Smith. Between them, they've got over 50 decades of experience. They seem to be bringing in good. I like the fact that it's a woman and a male for that diversity. Again, balls out of the bath, honest up front. They're, you know, challenging things of today's world where we've not got enough female representatives. They brought in someone with that expertise. To me, they're ticking all the boxes here for a good company that I would like to invest in. So to go back to their financial reporting then, Aqua Metals announces the 2020 results. So I went to a different site just to get the highlight summary for you, to make it easy, but I have read through the extensive report and I advise everyone, of course, to do that. But Aqua Metals announces 2020 results, okay? So the recent highlights, they completed the V1 25 litre aqualizer program, achieved 100% improvement in lead production throughout, in addition to improving equipment and operating costs. Good. Continue progress with the potential licensing partners, ongoing discussions with several parties on 3 continents. Here's something you want to hear. Submitted provisional patent to protect processing enabled ultra pure aqua refined metal to material to be utilized directly in production of oxide for new batteries. Okay, so this is massive. You know, if they have this technology, if they can get this patent, that means nobody can copy them. And if they have that uniqueness, it'll throb. Established partnership with BASF, including a commitment to supply aqua refining electrolyte to licensees and commercial cooperation to offer aqua metal services. Secured investment in Linkio, which I talked about in my previous video. Go into the archives and check that out. Clean tech lithium-ion recycling innovator, which we know about. Established plans to form an eco network with innovative companies to advance recycling technologies for lithium-ion batteries. Submitted provisional patent to protect the process of the application of aqua refining technology to plate metals used in lithium-ion batteries. Good, guys, that's what you want. Patents, more, you know, with defining this. This here's great as well, guys. They retired 9 million debt obliged through utilization of insurance, escrow, and CD collateral funds, resulting in Aqua Metals being debt-free. Hallelujah. That's what you want to hear, debt-free, guys. Go into more detail about the different types of debts that they've had and what's been wrote off and the different types of way of making money. But if I just scroll down to the very bottom here, their net losses has decreased However, a bit of that will be because of the production obviously had to stop due to the fire, so we've been switched on to that, guys. But still, that's very good. You know, you're almost nearly 50% less. Assets have taken a blow, but again, that's understandable considering the fact that, you know, they've lost a lot of their assets in that fire. We've seen about the liabilities and stuff that they had. That's came down, which is good. And basic dilution, net loss per share, is down by nearly half. So, and just to wrap up, there was a wee bit more news then. Aqua Metals meets NASDAQ compliance requirements for continued listing. So based on the appointment of the directors, they've notified us of that as well. I should have touched on that earlier on. Okay guys, that was really detailed. I hope you followed with me there, but I felt there's a lot to get through and there's so much more. You can go, this video could be, you know, an hour long easily. But just to summarize, debt free. That's the key takeaway, guys. This company is debt free. That is massive for them. Nothing concrete in terms of deals or partnerships yet, but there's ongoing 3 continents. That's big, really, really big. And what I love about the company is it's fully transparent. You know, they're saying all the bad things. They're not trying to massage it, straight to it. These are the risks that are involved, but you know, this is what could happen, and I really am excited about Aqua Metals. I think it's going to be a great long-term hold, and I'm just going to keep updating the videos as they come. But debt-free, guys, that means that means next year they will have some sort of profit coming in, and if they can strike a deal, you know, this thing could just blow. If they get a patent and then the customer takes on that Aqua refining and all, guys, watch this space is all I'm going to say. I'll not hold you back no longer. That's the video. Hope you found it informative. Please leave your comments in below. Like, subscribe, do all that jazz. Get me on Instagram, BHSDMV, and until next time, enjoy your evening.
Coincidence. Yeah.
Coincidence.
Something that happens by chance, I think not.